Hi folks, thank you for checking out my video. Today I have another special project for you. I'm going to check out these light bulbs that I saw at Costco this week. These are not your regular light bulbs. These are battery backup light bulbs. So I'm really curious about the technology. If it works, it's going to be really useful, especially for power outages. Also, my family and I go camping a lot. That would be useful for a camping trip as well. We'll have lights in the woods. I'm going to do a walkthrough on how to use them, and in the process I'm going to crack one open because I want to see the technology behind it. With that, stay tuned and enjoy the video. Alright, let's take a closer look at the box itself. The box comes with two portable sockets. You can see clearly 6 bright bulbs with a little indication of battery inside the bulb as well. It has a capacity to have 10 hours of battery life. It has 800 lumens, so that's quite bright. It has the capacity to give you 60 watts of brightness, but it's only going to use 7.3 watts. Let's turn this to the front here. Here it gives you a little bit of information how to use the bulb. Screws into light fixtures like a regular light bulb. The design of the light bulb is the same as the regular light bulb here. Then the built-in battery self-charges while in normal use. The key component of this technology here is that the light bulb detects power outages and continue to function normally. So I'm going to crack one open later on. I'm really interested in looking inside this light bulb. And then finally here it shows you a picture of the light bulb using the socket. So now it becomes portable, like a flashlight. In the back of the box, it gives you a little bit more information. There are 3 levels. The high level of brightness, you'll get about 5 hours because it's going to use more juice out of the battery. So you have a shorter runtime. Medium light, you'll get 7 hours. And for the dimmest light, you get the full 10 hours of runtime. For the light to come on in power reserve mode, the light fixtures must remain plugged in, and then ensure that the light switch is turned on. So when there's a power outage, the plug has to be plugged into the wall, and then it has to remain turned on. And if it's off, it won't work. Let's open up this box here, see what's inside. And then there's also a manual on how to use it. So you have 6 light bulbs here. There's 2 sockets here. Curious to see if it came charged. So the socket here has a switch as well. There's a button here. Oh, whoa, it's charged. So it came pre-charged, but I don't know if it's 100% charged or 80%. So I'm gonna click the button, it's off. It's incredible. How come I didn't think of it, right? So let me see if there's that level that they talk about, the 3 levels. So this must be the brightest level, and then the medium level, the lowest level here, which you get about 10 hours. So this is really awesome. So with that, let's install this and see how it works. First, I'm going to remove the shade here. Boom. You should turn the light off before you remove it and install this backup bulb, just like what you would normally do when you switch a light bulb. Let's do a little comparison. The backup battery bulb here, it's way bigger than the normal bulb here. It's taller and wider due to the amount of electrical components inside, as well as the backup battery hidden inside here as well. So let's install this. It takes up a lot of space, but you can definitely angle it in a way that you can fit into the light socket. Screw it in as normally. Okay, let's turn this on. Yeah, it works just like a regular light bulb, and that's the intention, to have it seamlessly fit into your normal lifestyle for your lighting needs, except that it has the backup power capacity. So that is the game-changing part of this innovation here. It gives you the regular light, but it also has a capacity to give you backup power during power outages. But in terms of how it operates, if you can think about your laptop has a battery as well. And when you plug it in, it also turns the computer on while simultaneously charge the battery inside the laptop. Let's talk a little bit about charging. If you want to charge it to its full capacity, you need to have this light on for 10 hours, or you can use it as you would have normally used the lamp. Turn the lamp on whenever you need it. If the battery is low, it'll charge the battery, but it might take a number of days. Normally, we don't turn on our lamp for 10 hours straight, but that is the option. But the other game changer in this technology here is its ability to detect power outages. With that, let's test out that feature. So here's my setup for this test. I have two lamps here, one using the regular light bulb and one using the battery backup light bulb. I'm going to switch the power strip on. Let me turn this on as well. So both lights are on, and I want to know if I turn this off, will this continue to stay on? So, nope. So it recognizes this as a switch as well. Let's turn this back on. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the plug off the wall to see if this stays on, if it still recognizes that this is lack of power from the wall and not lack of power from the grid because of the outage. So, all right, let's test this out. Wow, so that's amazing how this light bulb can differentiate the lack of power from the wall versus the lack of power from the power outage. That is crazy. So I'm going to plug this back on. And so what I'm going to do now, they recommend this in the manual as well, is to mimic the real power outage by turning off the circuit breaker. So as you can see, the two lights are on, and then the LED light is on as well, meaning there's electricity coming through. So when I turn off the circuit breaker, this thing should come on if it's going to work. And this light bulb here should go off. All right, so I will be back in a moment to turn off the circuit breaker. Alrighty. Circuit breaker 16. Boom. Wow. So this is incredible how this light bulb can detect a real outage versus just, you know, me switching off and on the switch. That is amazing. Whoever came up with this idea, kudos to you. This is really awesome. It's gonna be really useful, you know, for power outages and for going camping. This is incredible. So as you can see here, there's no electricity coming through here, none at all. But if I unplug this here, it will go off, right? So somehow, although there's no power coming through here, it works because of the battery. But as we did earlier, when I pull off the plug, you know, this should not come on. So that is something to ponder about. Let's see. There we go. That's amazing. Wow. That's crazy. All right, so there's a lot of smart people out there. If you can explain that, like, why does it need me to plug this on in order for it to work? So let me know in the comments if you can figure out this answer. This is off. So next we're going to test these bulbs on a multi-bulb fixture. One is off. Two is coming off. So now I'm going to plug this in. Okay, it's not coming on. Whoa. So that's weird. The switch is off. This comes on, but this is off. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, so the switch comes on. Both of them comes on. And But when I turn it off, one of the light bulbs still on and the other one's off. On, both of them comes on. So it doesn't really work properly with the multi light bulb fixture. This is an area of improvement. They need to figure out how to make this work. So the next things I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this light bulb open because I really want to see what's inside the light bulb. So stay tuned. All right, folks, so it's harder to crack this thing open than I thought it would be. So I don't have the right tool to cut it without hurting myself. This is one of the ways that I thought might work. But I'm gonna put this inside the plastic bag just in case something pops out into my eyes. Seems to work. It's compressing. So this portion should be like hollow and all the circuitry, the electrical parts should be here. It should be safe. See how it gave way, and it still's not broken yet. See how far I can go with this. Oh, look at that. It's pretty tough. So interesting here, you can also just use your fingers, wrap these two fingers here, and then it comes on by itself as well. It's amazing. Oh, whoa. I got it open. Woohoo! All right, folks, with that, let's take a closer look at this technology here. There's a lot going on here. As you can see, these yellow dots here, these are LED lights or light emitting diodes. There's a whole bunch of them here, 24. These lights are so tiny but gives out so much light. That is why this technology has been possible for a while with your normal light bulb and now integrated into this backup battery light bulb. So there is a lot going on here. On the top here, you can see the positive and negative wire coming from the battery that will deliver power to the diodes and to charge the battery. You'll see here there's two capacitors here, and there's also a step down transformer, if you can see here. This is particularly for the charging circuit. If you can imagine 120 coming through the walls, it has to step it down. Depending on the battery voltage requirements, it needs to step down to that level in order to charge the battery. The capacitor here will then smoothen up the voltage to get it to be stable enough to be charged to the battery. So there's a lot going on here. The other component of it is its ability to detect real power outage against the wall switch. So I'm sure there is a component here that is censoring that aspect of it. I don't have the technical knowledge to figure out which of these components is responsible for that, but there is just a lot going on here. In terms of technology, now I'm thinking about it, this is just like a fancy flashlight. Nowadays, flashlight, they do use LED lights and it's connected to a battery. So this is what it is. But the game-changing part of it is now these various ideas and technology is now being integrated into this light bulb. With that, I'm going to open this up even more to see the size of battery inside the bulb. Here we go. But here's the battery, folks. You can see the size of this battery here. Wow, it is a long battery. Fully integrated inside this container. All right, folks, so here's the battery size. It is the 18650. It has 1200 milliamp hours and it's a 3.7 volt, 4.44 watt hour. With that, thank you for taking the time to join me in this video. I hope it was helpful. I am excited about this product, although there is still some improvement left to do in terms of making this work in multiple bulb fixtures. But other than that, I think it is an amazing breakthrough, although technology is borrowed from various existing technology, like the flashlight, the charging capability that we often see in our computer, and integrated into a light bulb system that now we can use for backup power lighting. I am excited that we now have this technology. I know it's been around for a while, I just haven't got to it. Hopefully there won't be an outage soon, but if there's one, this technology is going to help a lot. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video and looking forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.